Hey everyone, it's CL, and for today's video, I'm kind of coming here a little bit upset because I'm just so frustrated. So as you can see, I'm filming in my closet. I didn't know where else to film, but if you look behind me, you're not going to be too impressed because there's no designer brands going on back here. But other than that, for today's video, I kind of want to talk about what I'm kind of going through. One, because I'm frustrated and I just kind of want to let out my frustrations, and also I'm fairly certain a lot of you ladies out there are going through the same thing, and that is having to deal with your ex. So one of the downsides of having an ex is having to deal with them. And mind you, if I didn't have to co-parent with this person, I would never speak to this person again. If it was up to me, I would cut this person out of my life and just delete them completely. But unfortunately, we do share a child, and I try to be like a very good co-parent. I try to talk to them. I try to stay calm. I try to be nice. I try to do what I can that's like the best for our co-parenting family, right? But this person just continues to irritate the hell out of me, and it's kind of like all my extra efforts in like being nice, trying to be polite, trying to like not cause any problems. All those extra efforts feel like they're pointless because this person just continues to bait me into fights, and they get upset over anything and everything under the sun, and it just irritates me so bad to the point where now I'm making this video just because I'm so frustrated. So a little history on me, and I say this all the time. If you watch my other videos, you will hear me mention this, but when I broke it off with this person and decided to like get divorced, I left with nothing, and I mean that quite literally. I left with like 2 carry-on luggages, one for me, one for my child, and I did that on purpose because this person, my ex, is a narcissist, and if anyone has ever lived or been around a narcissist or experienced a narcissist before, they have the capability and this talent where they can like make you feel guilty and kind of put things on you, saying that you're the problem, you're the reason why, XYZ is your fault. So I purposely left with nothing so this person wouldn't have leverage over me. There was no way they could say that I took their money. There's no way that they could say that I took their stuff. I left with nothing. They kept everything, and I just walked away because I didn't want this person to have like leverage over me. Now I know a lot of you are going to be like, well, that's kind of dumb. You should have taken stuff. You should have took him for all he had. Now, for myself, I made this decision because I knew that I had to co-parent with this person, and in order to make like a peaceful life, or try to make a peaceful life, I kind of had to tread water carefully, if that makes sense at all, because if I did anything that would make them extremely upset, I knew that I was going to have like major repercussions. So when I left, like, for the most part, there was nothing that they could say that I did because I didn't do anything. I just kind of left, and that was it, right? But now, months later, now that they have had time to like think about things and come up with things and kind of create these things in their head, now it's starting to come back full circle, and now they have things to complain about. But for me, I am now like in a good place. When I left, I had no job. I got laid off. I didn't have like a place of my own. I had to stay with my dad, and there wasn't really like room for us. So it was very, very difficult times. Where I am today is that I have my own place. I have a job. I haven't let everyone know yet, but I've gone back to school, and then like I'm trying to get my life back together. I'm trying to start off on like a new journey to better myself, to like set myself up to where I can always take care of our little family of 2 and 2 puppies here, right? So I'm trying to do that, and now this person that I still have to co-parent with is trying to make everything difficult. Is just trying to cause problems for me, trying to make me upset, trying to make me lose focus. If you can hear my dog, one of my dogs is like digging at a notebook that's in the closet, and hopefully you can't hear that. So, like all narcissists are capable of doing, he has now come up with things that he can be upset about. So the things that he's trying to say now and trying to put on me to make it seem like everything's my fault is he's now trying to say like that I abandoned him, that I left him, that I gave up on him. And in my mind, I gave him plenty of chances. I gave him years worth of chances, And then finally I just had enough because I reached my breaking point and I decided to leave. And now he's like, you gave up on me. And I always make the comeback of like, these are the repercussions of your actions. There's no way you can say that you didn't do things. There's no way that you can say that you didn't do things to where I was kind of had no other choice to leave. Like, it just wasn't a good situation anymore. And now, today, he calls me and he wanted me to do a very particular something that if any exes were asked to do this particular something, everybody would have said no. Like, it's just something like you wouldn't do, right? I'm not gonna say what it was. It's not like a big deal, but in my mind it's kind of personal. But I said no. Like, no, I'm not doing that. Nobody in their right mind would do that. I'm not doing it. So then he gets upset. And when he's upset, he starts to make threats. And then whenever he's upset, he comes up with all these things that he knows that he could say that would make me upset, in the sense like he'll threaten to take me to court and do XYZ, and then and in the sense that knowing that he has like a lot of money and I don't, and going to court and battling those things out in court would cost me a lot of money, and then I would have nothing and he would be fine because he has lots of money. And then he'll make threats about my daughter and how she's better off living with him. And then in my mind, I'm like, how would she be better off living with you? You work all the time. You won't have time to like take care of her. Who's going to take care of her? And he's like, oh, I'll just pay for a nanny. And for me, I'm thinking, how is that a better situation when she has like an actual parent that's in her life 24/7? Like, I have no life. She is my life, and I have devoted myself to her. All my free time goes to her. And then he's trying to make threats and saying like, oh, I'm going to take you to court and have her taken away, and she's going to live with me because I have more money, and I'm going to get a nanny and XYZ. And in my mind, I know that he can't do that. Like, legally, I'm the parent that's always been there. I have my own money. I mean, I don't have the amount of money that he has, but I have enough money to sustain a home, to sustain our routine, to provide for her needs. And I know that. I know that if we did go to court, I'm like the main caregiver here, in that I know that most likely he would not win in court, but at the same time, it weighs on my mind. Like, it weighs on my mind having to go through that. And then these scenarios of what if plague my mind. And I think about those things, even though the likelihood of these things he's threatening won't happen. Like, I don't really think anything will come of it. I know they're just kind of empty threats, in the sense he just wants to make me upset. But at the same time, it plagues my mind. Like, him saying that stuff makes me really upset. Like, I just got done crying just because I was so frustrated. And then you think about all the what ifs, and you think about like whether you have enough. Like, I try to provide, but I don't nearly have as much money as he does. And it's just all those things I have to deal with. So that's like one of the hardest things about having to co-parent with someone, especially if they just have like a toxic personality. This person is so used to me doing whatever he says, because at the point in our relationship, I would kind of walk on eggshells, just trying not to make him upset. I would try to do what he says, try not to make him upset. If he would make a comment to me or say something abusive, I kind of wouldn't say anything, even though inside I'd be upset. I wouldn't say it outwardly because I didn't want to start like this huge fight and it turns into like a big thing. And in the end, I was really walking on eggshells and kind of doing what he told me to. But now that we're not together, I have no needs to like walk on eggshells. And I, in a sense, I push back a lot. I don't do what he says at all because I'm living my own life over here. He has like no control over my life. And I think that's what upsets him the most, is that I'm living my own life. And it makes him extremely upset because he has no control over it. And on the one hand, I'm very proud of myself that I have come a long way, and I'm taking care of myself. I'm taking care of our little family of two, with 2 puppies. And I'm proud of myself. But at the same time, there is this external battle with this other person who's trying to make me feel less than all the time. You know what I mean? So when I'm not talking to this person, it's easier to be in a good mental space, in the sense I do recognize that I can be proud of certain things, right? I can be proud of my accomplishments. I can recognize the things I need to work on, but those things that I need to work on don't make me sad. It's just like another goal. Like, I'm working towards goals. And when this person does speak with me and calls, and you know, I'm going to answer because we are co-parenting and I want them to speak to like our child that we share. It's so upsetting because they bait me. He baits me into getting into fights, into getting upset. Like, he literally will just pick a topic out of thin air, out of the blue, just so we can fight about it. And it's just the strangest thing. And it's just the strangest thing. And I even reached the point today where I was like, don't talk to me. Just don't talk to me. Just don't talk to me. And they just make me so upset. So in the end, I don't even know what the point of this video was. All I know is that I'm just so upset. I'm just so upset that it's just one of the things that is so hard with having to deal with an ex that kind of has to stay in your life, at least for the time being. Oh, it's just having to deal with them, especially they're narcissistic, they're just toxic, they're just this dark cloud that likes to hover over your life and make sure that you're not happy. But I'm not going to let that get to me. I'm going to continue to go towards my goals, to better myself, and to live my life over here, my own place. And that's all I can do. I guess I will have more days where I'm kind of sad because this person is just aggravating me and there's no way I can just get them out of my life completely. But I don't know. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of us that are going through the same thing. Oh my gosh, these puppies are driving me insane. They're like climbing on everything. They're digging on everything. Look at this puppy. They've been chewing on things and now I have to vacuum the carpet. You smell weird. Need a bath. Alright, so that's it for now. I do have a couple other updates. I just wanted to just vent my frustrations. So thank you for listening. And I will see you guys later.